Chosen one. You have been wondering why everything feels as though it has been put on hold. The prayers you whispered with trembling faith seem to echo into nothingness. Doors that once opened, now stay sealed. The silence is thick, and your heart aches to ask, Lord, have you turned away from me? Listen carefully, this is not rejection. This delay is divine strategy. Heaven is not punishing you. Heaven is preparing you. Every pause has purpose. God is not withholding because you are unworthy. He is shaping you because you are chosen. What you call waiting, heaven calls training. When your surroundings grow still, it is because the Spirit is orchestrating something deeper within you: strength, wisdom, and discernment. The path of the chosen one is not fast, but it is certain. You are being refined in the hidden place where the loud cannot survive. You have mistaken the quiet for abandonment, but silence is how heaven speaks to those it trusts. It is in the stillness that your roots grow deep. It is in the delay that your soul learns dependence. You are not being delayed by chance. You are being positioned by design. What feels like a pause is actually God holding the world still long enough to mature your spirit. When God hides you, it is not rejection, it is preservation. He shields you from visibility so that your spirit will not be crushed under the weight of premature exposure. Every unseen day is a divine investment, a silent construction of character and courage. You are being equipped to stand where others fell because they moved too soon. Heaven's preparation often feels like isolation, but it is the sacred space where greatness is born. The world may overlook you, but the Father is watching every quiet victory, every unseen obedience, every silent yes. The waiting is not empty. It is full of purpose. God is preparing a platform that matches the purity of your heart. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Jeremiah. Chapter 29, verse 11. For I know the plans I have for you, plans of hope and a future. This is not the end, this is the molding. Heaven is stretching your patience because your destiny demands endurance. When your heart cries for acceleration, God answers with alignment. You see, speed without structure destroys. He is aligning you so that when He releases the promise, it will not crush you. You are being fortified to carry what you once only prayed for. Look at the great ones who came before you. Joseph waited in the prison before ruling in the palace. Moses wandered in the desert before leading a nation. Even Jesus spent years in hidden obedience before stepping into the light of His ministry. You, too, are walking a sacred pattern. Hiddenness is heaven's signature over those marked for greatness. Every unanswered prayer is a hammer shaping your faith. Every closed door is a whisper saying, "Not yet, because I love you too much to let you move unready." God is more concerned with your becoming than your arriving. You are not being punished by the wait, you are being purified by it. When nothing seems to move, when heaven feels quiet, dare to believe that God is closer than ever. His silence is not distance, it is depth. He is not ignoring your prayers, He is answering them in a language of preparation. The delay is a shield, keeping premature opportunities from robbing you of your destiny. Beloved, do not measure your worth by your speed. You are not behind, you are in rhythm with eternity. Heaven does not operate on earthly deadlines. God's plans are precise, and His timing is perfect. He has already written the exact second of your release, and no force in hell can hasten or hinder it. Lift your eyes, breathe deeply, You are standing in the middle of divine craftsmanship. God is working behind the curtain, arranging people, places, and timing for your unveiling. When he finally says, "Now," everything that once resisted will suddenly cooperate. You will understand that the delay was never about denial, it was about design. So, chosen one, let peace fill your waiting. Let trust replace your frustration. The same God who started this story will finish it gloriously. And when he does, you will no longer question why it took so long. You will thank him for not releasing it sooner. If this message resonates in your spirit, pause right now and respond like, share, and subscribe to stay connected to the voice that keeps your faith alive. Then, as a prophetic act, comment the number 777 below, declaring that you trust heaven's timing more than your own desire for speed. Let the heavens see your faith in motion. Chosen one, the delay you face is not punishment. It is the hidden gymnasium of the Spirit. Every waiting season is a battlefield between who you were and who you are becoming. God has enrolled you in a sacred training that others cannot see. You think you are waiting for a door to open, but heaven is waiting for your inner strength to mature. The muscles of patience, discernment, and faith are being strengthened while no one watches. You have been asking, "Why am I still here?" But heaven replies, "Because here is where your strength is forged." The unseen moments, the quiet prayers, the tears you never shared, they are all part of the curriculum. You are not being tested for failure, but trained for endurance. A soldier does not gain strength in comfort, and a warrior is not formed on soft ground. The soil of waiting grows the roots of wisdom. There are things you can only learn when the noise stops. When life slows, you are forced to face yourself. And in that reflection, God reveals the version of you that he designed before the foundation of the world. Waiting is a mirror. It shows your motives, exposes your fears, and purifies your purpose. If you let impatience rule, you'll break before you bloom. But if you embrace this process, you will emerge unshakable. Heaven speaks clearly through the words in Deuteronomy, chapter 8, verse 2. Remember how the Lord led you in the wilderness these 40 years, to humble and test you, to know what was in your heart. That verse is your answer. The wilderness is not a curse, it is a classroom. God allows you to walk through the quiet desert so that you will discover what truly lives within your heart. The waiting season humbles your pride, corrects your motives, and teaches you that dependency on God is your only true strength. The blessing comes only after the lesson. In this hidden training ground, every delay becomes divine resistance training. Your spiritual endurance increases every time you choose faith over frustration. Your capacity expands every time you refuse to quit. God is sculpting your soul into a vessel that can carry the weight of his glory without cracking. If you could see the magnitude of what he's preparing you to carry, you would thank him for the delay. You are not being left behind. You are being refined ahead of time. The delay is not random. It is synchronized. Heaven is aligning your heart with your destiny. Some people were allowed to move quickly because their calling was small. But yours, it carries eternal consequence. The greater the calling, the longer the training. You might look around and see others progressing, celebrating, moving forward, while you remain in silence. Do not compare your timeline with theirs. You are not running the same race. What God is doing in you requires isolation, precision, and depth. Those who rise quickly often fall quickly because their roots never grew deep enough to sustain their branches. But you, chosen one, are destined to stand tall and endure storms. Others cannot. Every hardship you face now will serve you later. The tears you shed today will become wisdom for tomorrow's generation. You are learning the rhythm of grace, how to walk without fear, how to move without striving. The more you submit to the season of waiting, the more power is stored within you for the moment of release. You are like a bow being drawn back, tension now, trajectory later. The farther you are pulled into stillness, the greater the distance you will soar when released. In this divine training ground, heaven is not silent, it is strategic. You are not forgotten, you are focused. The delay is not about what you lack, but about what God is perfecting. Do not let discouragement make you abort the process. The potter's hands are still on you. The longer he molds, the stronger the vessel becomes. When you finally step out of this hidden phase, everything will make sense. The discipline, the disappointment, the solitude, all of it was necessary to prepare you for the magnitude of what's ahead. You will not just survive your calling, you will sustain it. And when others ask how you became so steadfast, you will smile and say, "Because I was trained in the wilderness." Einwes, do not despise the training grounds. Chosen one, every repetition of faith builds the strength of your spirit. Every moment of surrender becomes a brick in the foundation of your destiny. Keep walking, keep believing, and let patience have its perfect work, for soon the silence will sing your victory. Chosen one, the waiting has begun to burn. You feel the tension between promise and reality, the weight of prayers that seem unanswered, the ache of dreams deferred. You have whispered, "How much longer? Lord?" The nights have stretched, and still no breakthrough. But this fire you feel is not meant to destroy you, it is meant to refine you. What you are walking through is the refining fire of waiting. It is holy ground, though it feels like heartbreak. Every delay that frustrates you is purifying you. Every moment of stillness is scraping away the impatience, fear, and pride that once ruled your reactions. The waiting is not a wall, it is a forge. God is melting away what cannot remain, so that only the purest part of you will emerge. The delay does not make you weaker, it burns away weakness until only strength remains. As the prophet wrote in the scroll of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 3, "He will sit as a refiner and purifier of silver. He will purify the Levites and refine them like gold and silver." End quote. God is not absent from the furnace. He is seated right beside you, watching with careful precision, just as a silversmith never leaves the fire unattended. Your Father never abandons you in your refining. He turns the heat just high enough to cleanse you, never high enough to consume you. You are being purified, not punished. The fire reveals who you truly are. When your plans fall apart, when relationships shift, when doors close, your heart is exposed, and that is where transformation begins. The longer you stay in the fire, the clearer your reflection becomes. God is polishing you until He can see His image shining in you. You may not see it now, but this burning season is birthing beauty. Every disappointment has purpose. Every closed door is a controlled flame shaping your soul. You cannot carry divine glory while still attached to human approval. The refining process teaches you to find your value in His voice alone. It strips away what was temporary so that what is eternal can take root. And though it hurts, you must know this: fire is the language of purification, not rejection. When you pray for elevation, you must also accept refinement. Many want the crown, but not the crucible. Yet only those who have endured the fire can carry the flame of authority without burning others. So if you are in the waiting, in the midst of what feels like loss, lift your head. The heat you feel is heaven's hand shaping your destiny. Every tear is a drop of oil preparing you for the next anointing. The very things that hurt you are birthing the resilience you will soon need. This fire is teaching you obedience in silence, worship in uncertainty, faith in frustration when nothing moves. And you still choose to believe. That is when you become unstoppable. God is not punishing you for what you did wrong. He is refining you for what you will soon do right. And chosen one, when the refining is complete, your light will terrify darkness. You will walk through storms others drown in. You will speak peace where there was panic, and authority where there was fear. This is what God is preparing you for: unshakable, holy endurance. Let every sigh become a song of trust. Let every unanswered prayer become a declaration: God, I still believe. For soon, you will emerge from this fire carrying wisdom that only waiting could teach. You are not forgotten. You are in the furnace of transformation. Every second counts. The delay has been painful, but pain has purpose. You are learning what gold already knows, that worth is proven under pressure. So breathe. Beloved, the fire won't last forever. When it ends, you will not smell of smoke, only the fragrance of victory. Heaven is watching you. Hold your ground. And that endurance is your offering. Now, before this moment passes, declare your faith aloud in the comments. I'm still here. Write it as a prophetic act, short but powerful. You are not broken, not abandoned, not defeated. You are still here. Every word carries weight in the spirit. When you type those 3 words, you are telling heaven and hell alike that no fire will make you flee, that you will stand until the refining is complete. This is not the end. The flame will fade. The smoke will lift. And what will remain is a chosen one who knows their worth. You are being refined for reigning, and when you rise, you will shine with the fire that once tried to consume you. Chosen one, you have mistaken the silence of heaven for abandonment. But the truth is far deeper. You are in the strategy of God. There are moments when His presence hides, not to punish you, but to train your spirit to see beyond feelings. When you no longer sense His hand, that is when you are learning to walk by faith. God's silence is not His absence, it is His mastery. The quiet between promises is where He crafts champions of trust. You have cried, God, where are you? And the heavens seemed unmoved. Yet in that silence, something sacred was happening. The absence you felt was actually presence in disguise. The teacher always goes silent during the test. Not because he left, but because he's measuring what you've learned. The same God who thundered in power is the same God whispering in stillness. The ancient words recorded in Romans chapter 8, verse 28 declare, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." End of Even silence works for your good. Even unanswered prayers are being woven into a pattern of divine perfection. Nothing is wasted, not one tear, not one delay, not one moment of confusion. Heaven is coordinating events beyond your understanding, turning what looked like endings into entrances. Every chosen vessel goes through this illusion of abandonment. Abraham wandered through years of unanswered promises. Elijah sat beneath the juniper tree, begging for death after the fire had fallen. Even Jesus cried, my God, why have you forsaken me?" Heaven was silent in that moment, yet redemption was being written in the silence. You are walking the same sacred path. The absence of divine noise is not neglect, it is the stage on which spiritual maturity grows. Silence presses you to seek, to listen, to lean in. It forces you to recognize that God is not always in the earthquake or the wind sometimes. He is in the whisper. In this quiet, God is teaching you the rhythm of revelation. Not everything holy comes with thunder. Some miracles arrive wrapped in stillness. The silence is your sanctuary, not your sentence. When everything around you grows quiet, it's not the end of movement, it's the beginning of mastery. The delay in his voice is not rejection, it is invitation. He's drawing you away from dependence on feelings, pulling you closer to the core of faith. In the quiet, he is asking, will you love me when you cannot trace me? When you answer yes, you step into the dimension of unshakable trust. Chosen one. Remember, every silence from God carries hidden speech. His stillness speaks of trust. He knows you are ready for deeper lessons, for truths that only the still heart can hear. You have graduated from needing constant reassurance. You are entering the realm where his peace replaces his explanations. When you can walk confidently in silence, you have mastered what many never learn. For those who love the Lord, everything, even the quiet, becomes divine choreography. God hides not to hurt, but to heighten your hearing. He is tuning your spirit to a higher frequency, where faith hears what flesh cannot. So, when heaven seems quiet, do not panic, do not assume the worst. Instead, whisper, you are still here, and that is enough. That simple acknowledgement is the highest form of worship, trusting his heart when his hand is unseen. One day, you will look back and see the fingerprints of God all over the places you thought were empty. You will realize that his silence was building sensitivity, that his hiddenness was constructing holiness. The moments that felt most barren will become the proof that you were never alone. You are being trained to interpret silence as strategy. The enemy wants you to think God's quiet means rejection, but it means the opposite. He trusts you enough to grow without constant reassurance. You are no longer a spiritual child needing visible signs. You are becoming a mature warrior who moves by conviction, not confirmation. Every delay in hearing, every pause in response, every unanswered cry is part of the orchestration of destiny. The silence is not punishment, it is permission, permission to grow, to expand, to trust. Heaven knows exactly what it is doing. Hold your peace in the pause. Keep your heart steady in the quiet. The silence is not empty, it is echoing with the sound of unseen progress. Soon, when the divine timing unfolds, you will hear his voice again, and it will be stronger, deeper, and sweeter than ever before. Until then, Rest in the holy hush. You are not forgotten, you are being fortified. The silence of God is the shadow of His wings, proof that you are so close. He doesn't need to shout to be heard. Chosen one. There are moments when you feel that heaven has slowed you down, as though your life has been wrapped in invisible pause. But what you call delay, God calls design. You are not being punished, you are being aligned. The promise still stands. It is simply maturing beneath the surface. Like a seed buried in dark soil, what you see as stagnation is actually sacred gestation. Every dream, every word spoken over your life, is a seed planted in divine timing. You cannot rush a seed. The soil must do its secret work. Roots must dig deep before the blossom dares to rise. If God allowed the flower too soon, the roots would fail when storms arrive. You are underground right now, but that's where greatness germinates. Think of yourself as a tree chosen to bear fruit that feeds nations. The gardener does not rush the growth. He prunes, waters, and waits. Some branches are trimmed, not because they're useless, but because they must make room for greater fruit. Your disappointments are divine pruning. The things you lost were never meant to remain. They were removed to strengthen what will last. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms, chapter 37, verse 7. Be still before the Lord, and wait patiently for Him. Do not fret when people succeed in their ways, when they carry out their wicked schemes. Oh, you are not behind. You are being positioned for a divine unveiling. Sometimes, delay is God's way of protecting you from premature exposure. When you're hidden, it's because heaven is building endurance in secret. There is power in your pause, purpose in your patience. Imagine an archer pulling back a bow. The arrow doesn't resist, it yields. It allows itself to be drawn backward, trusting the tension. The deeper the pull, the farther the flight. Right now, God is pulling you back, not to punish you, but to propel you. When He releases, the distance will astonish everyone who doubted you. The waiting is your launching point. You might feel overlooked, watching others race ahead while your lane remains quiet. But listen, comparison is poison to calling. You are not in a race, you are in a refinement. Some flowers bloom in spring, others require the heat of summer. You are a late bloom, not a lost one. When your time comes, your fragrance will fill the atmosphere with the evidence of God's faithfulness. The slow seasons are the mercy of God. They allow you to grow roots strong enough to hold the fruit. Do not despise small beginnings, for heaven celebrates every step unseen. What you call delay is simply divine sequencing, the orchestration of moments aligning perfectly. Though you cannot yet see the pattern, God is aligning people, places, and opportunities in ways you could never arrange yourself. Every no you received was a redirection toward a better yes. The path that feels detoured is actually being cleared of debris before your arrival. Trust that nothing has been wasted, not your time, not your effort, not your faith. Beloved, your patience is building spiritual muscle. Your perseverance is becoming your testimony. One day soon, you'll step into what you've been praying for, and you'll realize why God took His time. The delay preserved you from destruction. The waiting made you wise, like the moon reflecting sunlight only when the night comes. Your brilliance will shine in the very darkness that once frightened you. You were meant to rise in quiet glory. not noisy haste. Heaven is timing your reveal perfectly. So when the world sees you, they won't just see success, they'll see strength, resilience, and grace. If this word finds a home in your spirit, let it settle deeply. Take a breath and whisper, "I trust your timing, Lord." And as you do, remember that your simple act of faith might be the very spark someone else needs. So if this message has touched you, share it like someone planting a seed in another heart. You never know who is hiding in the same delay, waiting for confirmation that they are not alone. Like this message, not as a formality, but as a silent Amen. It tells heaven, "I receive this truth." Subscribe so that each new word of strength can reach you when your heart needs it most. We are a garden of chosen ones growing together, even in silence. You may not feel it now, but your roots are gripping deeper. Your spirit is expanding. Your future is forming. The day will come when the fruit of your waiting will feed many. Every second you spent in patience will be repaid in beauty. The delay is divine, the silence strategic, and the waiting holy. God is not done, He is designing. And when the timing of heaven collides with your obedience, you will see what the waiting was for, a story so radiant it could only have been written by God Himself. Chosen one. There are seasons when God leads you into what feels like a wilderness, a place without clear direction, without answers, without applause. You stand between what was promised and what is present, wondering if you have been forgotten. But hear this truth in your spirit. The wilderness is not a punishment, it is preparation. You are not lost. You are being led through a divine classroom where silence becomes the teacher and stillness becomes strength. Every chosen vessel must pass through the desert. It is not the place of destruction, but of discovery. The wilderness reveals what comfort once concealed. When everything familiar is stripped away, the voice of God grows unmistakable. The sand beneath your feet may feel endless, but every step is sacred. The wilderness is where faith stops being theory and becomes testimony. The voice of God thundered in the book of Exodus, chapter 13, verse 17. When Pharaoh let the people go, God did not lead them on the road through the Philistine country, though that was shorter, for God said, if they face war, they might change their minds and return to Egypt. Do you see it? Beloved, even when the road is longer, it is safer. God's delays are detours of mercy. He leads you the long way to preserve what He is growing inside you. If He gave you the promise too early, it would crumble beneath the weight of your inexperience. The wilderness teaches you endurance, trust, and obedience, the holy trio that sustains every destiny. You have cried, Lord, why is this taking so long? Heaven replies, because I'm teaching you to walk by faith, not by sight. In the wilderness, you learn the rhythm of reliance. Manna falls one day at a time, not a month in advance. Water gushes from rocks when you least expect it. Every need becomes a conversation between you and your Creator. You begin to see that survival is not about strength, but surrender. This is the beauty of the desert, though it feels barren. It is rich with revelation. You may feel surrounded by emptiness, but your spirit is being filled with wisdom. The wilderness strips away distractions until only the essential remains, your relationship with God. When everything else fades, His voice becomes enough. Look back. and you'll realize that every wilderness in Scripture was a womb for greatness. Moses met God in the burning bush there. David was forged among wild fields before facing giants. Even Jesus was led by the Spirit into the desert before stepping into his destiny. The wilderness is not your burial ground, it is your birthplace. Yes, there are days when the heat of loneliness feels unbearable. There are moments when your prayers seem to evaporate into dry air. But it is in those moments that God whispers, "I am still here." The dryness is a doorway. The silence is sacred. The desert is not empty. It is echoing with divine conversation meant only for your ears. The enemy wants you to see this season as delay. But heaven calls it development. You are learning to walk without map or guarantee, guided only by trust. The sand beneath you shifts, but your faith stands firm. The wilderness kills false confidence, so that only true courage can survive. When you emerge from this place, you will not just carry wisdom, you will carry authority. You will speak from experience, not theory. Others will see your calm in chaos and wonder how you endured. They won't know that your peace was purchased in the desert, one surrendered day at a time. Chosen one. The wilderness is a prophecy in disguise. Every dry moment is shaping you for rain. Every unanswered prayer is building the humility you will need when abundance comes. The God who leads you through barrenness will soon lead you into beauty. The same sand that burns your feet now will one day become the foundation under your promised land. So, lift your eyes. The horizon of promise is nearer than you think. Keep walking. Keep trusting. Keep believing that even the long way is the right way. For in heaven's logic, delay is design, and silence is strategy. And when you look around at this moment, this sacred in-between, let faith rise inside you. Let gratitude replace complaint. Let endurance become your worship. Because even now, when everything feels still, God is writing movement into your story. If this word has reached the depths of your spirit, pause and declare your alignment with heaven's timing. Comment the number 444 below the number of divine order and foundation as a sign that you trust God's route. Even when it winds through wilderness, when you type it, let it mean this: Lord, I trust the long way. I trust the hidden way. I trust your way. The desert will not last forever. Chosen one. One morning, the first winds of change will sweep through, and you will understand that every dry step carried eternal purpose. For what God is preparing cannot be rushed, and what He has promised cannot be denied. Chosen one. There are times when you have stood before closed doors, knocking with trembling faith, wondering why heaven remains still. You have tried everything: prayer, fasting, persistence, and yet the door would not open. You began to ask yourself if perhaps you lacked faith, or if you had fallen out of favor. But listen closely. When doors refuse to open, it is not because you are disqualified, it is because you are being protected. God sometimes guards you by withholding what you think you are ready for. The doors that will not move are not barriers, they are divine boundaries. Heaven sees what you cannot, what lies beyond the threshold, the traps hidden beneath what glitters, the timing that isn't yet ripe. The same God who opens doors no man can shut, also shuts doors no man can force open, because His mercy sometimes manifests as restriction, as Jesus Himself declared in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 8. For everyone who asks receives, the one who seeks finds, and to the one who knocks, the door will be opened. Ms. 5. This promise remains true. But notice the rhythm of the verse. It does not promise which door or when it will open. You may have been knocking on a door that isn't your destiny, praying for an entrance that would have led to exhaustion. God's silence is His way of redirecting you toward what truly belongs to you. Sometimes, the closed door is a guardian angel in disguise. You have no idea what chaos was waiting on the other side. You may have called it loss, but heaven called it rescue. God has seen every unseen conversation, every hidden motive, every trap the enemy has laid. And so, in love, He placed a divine lock where you only saw delay. Do not despise the sound of unanswered knocking. It is heaven's way of preserving your peace until the true door appears. While you're pounding on what's locked, God is building what's right. He's preparing a door that fits not only your desire but your destiny. You may have felt frustration, even heartbreak, watching opportunities slip away. Yet if you could glimpse what God is saving you from, you would fall to your knees in gratitude. Not every yes is a blessing, and not every no is a curse. The no of God is as holy as His yes. Both are expressions of His perfect love. Chosen one, trust the rhythm of divine timing. You are not standing before rejection. You are standing before refinement. God is teaching you to discern between opportunity and assignment. Just because something looks good doesn't mean it's ordained. The enemy, too, knows how to decorate traps with the appearance of success. When doors refuse to open, ask not, "Why won't you let me in?" but rather, "What are you saving me from?" That question will shift your entire perspective. You'll stop wrestling with disappointment and begin resting in divine protection. The door that is truly yours will never require you to compromise your peace to enter. It will open with alignment, not striving. It will come with confirmation, not confusion. The right door will not drain you. It will deliver you into destiny. And when the time is right, the lock will turn without effort. You will not need to force it. It will respond to your obedience, not your anxiety. The doors of heaven open on the hinges of trust. When you stop pushing in panic and start standing in faith, that is when alignment happens. Do not let closed doors convince you that God has forgotten you. He is simply reordering your path. He shuts what would have shattered you and opens what will sustain you. What you perceive as delay is actually His design, guiding you step by step toward purpose. Think of Noah before the flood, of Joseph in the prison, of Paul in the cell. Each of them faced closed doors before their destiny unfolded. Every denial was a redirection, every pause a preparation. So it is with you. You will soon see that the doors which resisted you were not keeping you out, they were keeping you safe. When the true door opens, you will understand that God never forgot your knocking. He was simply waiting for the exact second when everything behind that door would be ready for you. And when you walk through it, you will not walk in confusion, but in confidence. For you will know that every not yet carried love, every no carried mercy, and every locked door carried divine wisdom. So rest your hands. Chosen one, you do not need to force what heaven has sealed. The door that bears your name will not remain shut 1 second longer than necessary. It will open at the sound of destiny. And when it does, every delay will suddenly make perfect sense. Chosen one, every waiting season eventually exposes what lies beneath the surface of faith. It is not merely a delay, it is a divine test of character. You have prayed for doors to open, for promises to manifest, and yet, heaven sometimes answers not with fulfillment, but with examination. God allows time to stretch, not to break you, but to reveal what governs your heart. For only when life slows down do your motives come into view. This is the sacred paradox of the waiting. The longer it lasts, the more clearly you see yourself. When blessings seem delayed, pride begins to tremble, ambition is weighed, and sincerity is proven. Waiting is God's mirror. It reflects the true posture of your soul. The Apostle reminds us in his letter to the Corinthians, chapter 3, verse 13, "Their work will be shown for what it is, because the day will bring it to light. It will be revealed with fire, and the fire will test the quality of each person's work. And of that fire is not only for your deeds, but for your desires." The waiting season acts as that fire. It exposes whether your pursuit is born of love for God or love for recognition, whether your obedience flows from trust or from transaction. The test of character is never conducted in abundance. It is always revealed in delay. You see, character is not built when everything aligns. It is forged when nothing does. It grows in the tension between "I believe" and "I don't yet see." In those moments, your heart learns to obey without incentive. Heaven watches closely, not to condemn, but to confirm whether your faith can be trusted with the next level of glory. The process feels heavy because God is purifying your intentions. He is removing every trace of self-glory, every whisper of comparison, every secret craving for validation. He is preparing you to handle the weight of destiny with humility. A pure heart can carry what pride would corrupt. Beloved, the test of character is the training of royalty. Every king, every prophet, every chosen vessel must first learn to govern their own heart before they can steward influence. You cannot rule over a kingdom if you cannot rule over your emotions. You cannot lead others if you are still led by insecurity. This is why the waiting hurts. It dismantles illusions. It confronts you with yourself. It shows you where you trust conditionally and where surrender is incomplete. But in this painful honesty, something holy happens. Your faith matures. It shifts from shallow dependence to unshakable devotion. Do you remember how David waited years between the anointing and the crown? The waiting did not destroy him, it developed him. It was in the caves, not the palace, that he learned integrity. When no one was watching, he learned to serve faithfully, even under those who tried to destroy him. That is the power of tested character. It remains loyal, even when life feels unfair. The same principle unfolds in you. God will not promote what has not been proven. A delayed blessing is not denial, it's a certification process. The longer the test, the greater the trust heaven intends to place on your shoulders. And though this refining can feel lonely, remember this: what is being shaped in secret will one day speak in public. The humility, patience, and compassion you gain now will sustain you when visibility increases. Those who have not been tested in waiting crumble under the weight of sudden elevation. But you will not. You have learned what cannot be taught in ease. So, do not despise the process. Let the testing do its holy work. Each quiet day of surrender chisels away what is unworthy of your calling. Every unanswered prayer polishes your motives until only purity remains. The pain you feel now is not punishment, it is the pressure that perfects. One day, when you step into fulfillment, you will see why it had to be this way. You will understand that the waiting was never wasted time, it was sacred construction. God was building not just your future, but your foundation. And when that day comes, when the promise finally meets preparation, you will carry the fragrance of endurance. People will sense peace in you that no storm could steal, patience that no delay could destroy, and faith that no silence could silence. You will not merely walk into destiny, you will embody it. This is why the delay continues. Beloved, heaven is testing your heart, not to expose weakness, but to prove strength. When the test is complete, what remains will be pure, gold, steady, radiant, ready for every promise that was once withheld. Chosen one. This part of your journey is where trust becomes more than a word. It becomes your lifeline. You have prayed, waited, believed, and still, the path ahead remains cloaked in mystery. You cannot see the outcome, you can only sense the pull of something divine guiding you forward. It feels uncertain, but this uncertainty is holy. You are being invited to trust the unseen hand of God. Faith is not proven when everything is clear. Faith is proven when you have no map, no guarante, no sign of progress. And yet you keep walking. This is where the true strength of a chosen one is revealed, not in control, but in surrender. Trust is the bridge between your prayers and God's promises. And you are walking across that bridge right now. The ancient words recorded in Proverbs, chapter 3, verses 5 and 6 declare, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and He will make your path straight." That verse is not an instruction to figure everything out. It is an invitation to rest, to lean back into the hands of the one who already knows the end from the beginning. Your job is not to control the outcome, it is to remain faithful in the process. The invisible God is doing visible work, even when your eyes cannot perceive it. Imagine standing on the edge of a cliff, and God says, "Step." The human instinct screams to wait until you can see solid ground, but faith answers, "If you said step, then even air will hold me." That is what trusting the unseen hand looks like, moving not because you see safety, but because you trust His voice. Every delay, every detour, every disappointment has been leading you somewhere precise. What you thought were setbacks were simply reroutes towards something stronger, purer, and truer. You've seen people walk away, opportunities fade, doors close, but none of that happened outside of divine awareness. Every subtraction is a setup for holy addition. Sometimes God blinds your sight so that your spirit can learn to see. When you cannot trace His hand, He is teaching you to trust His heart. There are dimensions of faith that can only be learned through obscurity. The longer you walk through fog, the clearer your hearing becomes. You start to depend less on signs and more on whispers. And isn't that what this entire journey is about? Learning to follow a voice instead of a visible path. You are being trained to recognize divine direction in the dark. When you emerge, your discernment will be razor sharp. You will no longer chase what shines, you will follow what speaks. Trusting God does not mean ignoring pain. It means believing that the pain is purposeful. The tears you've cried are watering the roots of endurance. The nights you thought were wasted were nights. Heaven was working behind the curtain. You will never know how many dangers God shielded you from, simply because you stayed still when everything in you wanted to run ahead. You have not missed your moment. You are not too late. The unseen hand has been positioning you with precision, moving people, rearranging seasons, and preparing circumstances so that when the appointed time arrives, everything will converge perfectly. The hardest part of faith is not believing that God can, it's believing that He will, even when He's silent. But, chosen one, silence is not absence, it is preparation. God hides movement inside stillness. You may not feel Him working, but He is aligning everything to meet your obedience. One day, the fog will lift, and you will see the threads that once looked tangled form a perfect tapestry of grace. You will realize that every "not yet" was protection. Every pause was polish. Every unseen moment was strategy. Until then, hold steady. Keep walking. Trust the invisible architect of your destiny. Your next step does not need to make sense. It only needs to be obedient. Now, pause for a sacred moment. Let your heart agree with heaven's rhythm. In the comments, declare your faith aloud with a simple phrase, "I still trust." Write it as a proclamation, not of certainty, but of surrender. You may not know what's next, but that declaration shakes the atmosphere. It tells the enemy that your confidence is not in circumstances, but in the unchanging nature of your God. Every time you say it, you silence fear and amplify faith. Because even when your eyes can't see the way, your spirit knows the truth. The unseen hand has never failed you, and it never will. Chosen one, everything you have endured, every pause, every unanswered prayer, every lonely night has been building toward alignment. The delay was never disorder, it was orchestration. Heaven has been rearranging pieces that your eyes could not see, adjusting timelines, shaping hearts, and refining circumstances so that when the promise arrives, it fits perfectly. You see, divine alignment is not random, it is symphonic. Like a master composer tuning each instrument before the song begins, God has been aligning every element of your life to play in harmony with your destiny. The strings of timing, the percussion of purpose, the melody of faith, all have been prepared in silence. Waiting for the moment, He lifts His hand and says, "Now, Manken." The Apostle Paul wrote to the Romans, chapter 8, verse 28, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who are called according to His purpose." Everything, even the things that broke you, is being woven into the masterpiece. The tears, the setbacks, the detours, none of it was wasted thread. They are colors in the tapestry of your calling, threads that look tangled when viewed up close. But from heaven's perspective, they form divine symmetry. Think of a seed again before it can grow. It must surrender to darkness, hidden in the soil, unseen. It appears lifeless, but beneath the dirt, alignment is taking place. Roots are spreading downward so the stem can rise upward. If the seed could speak, it might say, "I feel buried," but heaven would reply, "No, you're being planted. That's you, chosen one. You are not buried. You are being rooted for revelation." Every connection that faded, every relationship that ended, every opportunity that slipped through your fingers, All were part of the alignment. God removes what cannot carry you where He's taking you. The pruning was never punishment. It was preparation for expansion. The garden of destiny only blooms when unnecessary branches are trimmed. Sometimes divine alignment feels like divine disruption. You lose things you thought were essential, only to discover they were weight keeping you grounded. Like an eagle shedding feathers to grow new ones, you've had to let go of what once carried you so that something stronger could take flight. Chosen one, you are stepping into a moment where heaven's timing will collide with your obedience. What you couldn't make happen by force will unfold by favor. The closed doors will open not by knocking but by knowing that you are in sync with heaven's rhythm. And when it happens, it will happen suddenly, like the turning of a tide or the moment dawn breaks through night. Everything will shift in an instant. You will see that the alignment wasn't delayed, it was deliberate. God had to prepare not just your promise, but the people, places, and conditions connected to it. Remember, when Joseph was in prison, he thought he had been forgotten. Yet, in that very silence, Pharaoh was having dreams that only Joseph could interpret. The stage was being set while Joseph was still waiting. What you cannot see is that your name has already been spoken in rooms you haven't entered yet. Heaven has whispered your purpose into hearts who will one day open doors you never thought possible. Every yes and every no is being orchestrated to lead you into position. You are a key being shaped for a specific lock. When that lock appears, it will fit effortlessly. No forcing, no striving, no stress. That is the mark of divine alignment. Ease where there used to be struggle. Peace where there used to be panic. And when it comes, remember this moment, the silent crafting of your story. The world will see the glory, but heaven knows the grind. You will carry the authority of one who waited well, who trusted the unseen plan even when the map disappeared. Beloved, if this word is stirring something inside you, pause and let gratitude rise. Every twist of your story, every pause, every loss, has been leading here to divine alignment. When God synchronizes your life, even your scars will shine as proof that delay was divine design. If this message has reminded you of God's perfect timing, share it. Like a lantern passed in the dark, someone else may be wandering through their waiting, needing the same light you just found. Like this, not for numbers, but as a silent amen. A sign that you trust the composer of your life's symphony. And subscribe, so the next word of strength finds you when your spirit needs it most, because heaven speaks in sequence. And every message builds upon the last. Chosen one. Breathe. You are not behind. You are right on time for what eternity planned. The waiting season is ending. The alignment is beginning. When all the pieces click into place, you'll realize this was never delay. It was divine choreography, preparing you for the unveiling of destiny. Chosen one. There comes a point in your journey when you begin to sense that all the waiting, all the breaking, all the preparation was never random. You start to realize that heaven was not merely teaching you lessons, it was reshaping you. The old you could not carry the new assignment. The former you was strong, but this version will be spiritually fortified. You are becoming the vessel that can contain what others could not hold. Before God releases the fullness of destiny, He reshapes the container. That reshaping is not comfortable. It stretches, presses, and redefines. The waiting season, the silence, the wilderness, All of it has been the molding process. You were not being ignored. You were being reformed. According to what is revealed in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 18, verse 6, like clay in the hand of the potter, so are you in my hand. Israel. End 4. Imagine the potter's wheel spinning. The clay turns again and again, pressed from every side. To the clay, it might feel like chaos, like endless motion without progress. But to the potter, every spin, every pressure, every drop of water has purpose. He shapes until the vessel can hold the weight of glory he intends to pour in. If he stops too soon, the form collapses. If he pushes too hard, it cracks. But in perfect wisdom, he works patiently, shaping, refining, until strength and beauty coexist. That is you, beloved. The spinning seasons were not punishment, they were precision. The pressures you faced were not meant to destroy you, but to define you. The tears you shed softened your heart. The delays strengthened your resolve. Every rotation of the wheel brought you closer to divine proportion. You see, God cannot pour new oil into old vessels. Before the anointing flows, the vessel must be renewed. The dreams you carry, the authority you're destined for, the assignments heaven intends for you, they require depth, humility, and integrity. Without refinement, the gift can outgrow the character that sustains it. So the potter kept you spinning, not to exhaust you, but to ensure that when the pouring begins, you will not break. Do not resent the seasons that stretched you. Every pressure was prophecy. Every delay was design. What felt like endless shaping was the potter ensuring your durability. You were being trained for weight, divine weight, eternal significance. The vessel he forms must be strong enough to carry revelation, compassion, and authority without leaking pride or bitterness. There were moments when you asked, God, how much longer? And heaven whispered, until you're ready. Readiness is not about perfection, it's about capacity. God was not waiting for you to become flawless. He was increasing your ability to hold what He's about to release. Some blessings are so immense that if they came too early, they would crush rather than crown. Chosen one, you are entering a season where heaven begins to fill what it has formed. The emptiness you felt was preparation for fullness. The hollow spaces in your heart were carved to hold divine presence. Every unanswered question, every wound surrendered, became a chamber for wisdom. What once hurt now holds healing. This transformation is subtle but sacred. You will notice it not in sudden success but in silent strength. You will respond differently to what once rattled you. You will carry peace where you used to carry panic. That is the evidence that the vessel has matured. You have learned to host heaven, not just hope for it. There is power in becoming rather than simply believing. The vessel of promise is not only the one who receives, it is the one who contains and releases. You are not just being blessed, you are being built into a blessing. Others will drink from the overflow of your endurance. And though few see the hidden process, heaven applauds the unseen obedience. Every yes whispered in private became a stroke of the potter's hand. Every surrender, every act of trust, shaped your spiritual silhouette. You are becoming a vessel that reflects his craftsmanship. When you look back, you will see that nothing was wasted. The heartbreak, the disappointment, the long nights, all were essential tools in the potter's hand. Even the cracks became conduits for light. Your imperfections have not disqualified you. They have made you relatable, usable, and real. Chosen one. The forming is almost complete. The vessel has endured the spin, survived the shaping, and embraced the pressure. Soon the potter will lift you from the wheel, examine his work, and smile, for he will see a vessel ready to carry glory, not because it is flawless, but because it has been faithful. You were never being broken for nothing. You were being built for everything. Chosen one. When you come closer to breakthrough, warfare always intensifies. The delays you have felt, the strange heaviness that has hovered over your days, the confusion that tried to creep into your prayers, none of it is coincidence. The moment before manifestation is the moment the battle grows fiercest. What you're feeling is not defeat, it is resistance. The enemy senses what heaven is about to release through you, and he is terrified. You are not being punished, you are being opposed. But opposition is confirmation. Pressure prouve potentiel. The more valuable the promise, the stronger the warfare that surrounds it. The very weight of the battle is evidence that what you carry is precious. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Isaiah, chapter 54, verse 17. No weapon formed against you will prevail, and you will refute every tongue that accuses you. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and this is their vindication from me, declares the Lord. Notice, it doesn't say the weapons won't form, it says they won't prevail. You may feel their impact, but they cannot destroy what heaven has decreed. The arrows may fly, but they will fall short. God never promised a life without warfare. He promised victory in the midst of it. Every attack against you right now is confirmation that your waiting season is almost over. The enemy does not waste resources on the insignificant. He strikes hardest when breakthrough is imminent. The heaviness you feel is not punishment, it's the birth pangs of destiny. You must understand this spiritual pattern. The darkness always grows louder just before the dawn. The enemy cannot stop what heaven has written, but he will try to distract you until you forfeit it yourself. He'll whisper lies. You're forgotten. You failed. You missed your moment. But those are not the words of truth. They are echoes of fear. When warfare surrounds you, worship louder. When confusion tries to cloud your mind, anchor yourself in the Word. When fear whispers, remind it that you have survived too much to fall now. Your endurance is your weapon. The enemy cannot defeat a believer who refuses to quit. Every accusation, every delay, every attack has been allowed to reveal what cannot be shaken. Your spirit is becoming unbreakable because you have learned to find peace in the middle of chaos. You've discovered that God's power does not vanish in warfare, it amplifies. Think of Daniel in the lion's den, surrounded by roaring mouths, yet untouched by harm. Think of Esther stepping into a throne room where she could have died, but found favor instead. Think of Jesus himself, enduring the cross while conquering death. Warfare is not the end, it is the path to glory. This is why you must not let exhaustion convince you to surrender. The closer you get to the promise, the heavier the air becomes. But you are not walking alone. Heaven's armies surround you even now, reinforcing your spirit, defending your name, and guarding your promise. The unseen world is shifting on your behalf. Every prayer you have prayed has been stored, not ignored. Every tear has been collected, not forgotten. The warfare you face now is simply the enemy's last attempt to intimidate you before the unveiling. He cannot stop the decree, he can only test your faithfulness. So lift your head. Chosen one, you are standing at the border of breakthrough. The wilderness behind you is closing. The gates before you are about to swing open. The shaking you feel is the sound of barriers breaking. Do not curse this battle. It is confirmation that you are carrying something holy. The same God who sustained you in the delay will sustain you in the fight. You were not chosen to collapse. You were chosen to conquer. And now, as a prophetic act of faith, declare your alignment with heaven's victory. Comment the number 555 below the number of divine grace and transformation. It is your way of saying, I choose to stand firm until the promise manifests. Each digit echoes heaven's reminder that grace is multiplying even in the midst of pressure. When you type it, let your fingers become instruments of faith. Let it symbolize that you understand this war is not personal, it's prophetic. You are not being attacked because you are weak, but because you are about to rise. Hold your ground, warrior of light. The battle you are in is not evidence of absence, but of arrival. What was once delayed is aligning. What was resisted is releasing. What was tested is about to be trusted. You will not emerge wounded, you will emerge crowned. For every blow, there will be blessing. For every storm, there will be stillness. For every tear, there will be triumph. The warfare only proves that heaven has already decided your victory. Chosen one. Divine timing is one of the most misunderstood mysteries of faith. You live in a world that moves by seconds, but heaven operates by seasons. You count hours, while God counts growth. You see waiting as delay, but God sees it as divine synchronization. Every moment you thought was wasted was actually woven into perfect timing. There are two clocks in your life, the one you see and the one God sets. Yours measures minutes, his measures maturity. He does not release blessings when you want them, but when you are ready for them, and readiness cannot be rushed. The longer the wait, the deeper the root. The ancient words in Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 11 remind us, He has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also set eternity in the human heart, yet no one can fathom what God has done from beginning to end. Do you see it? Everything becomes beautiful, but only in its time. Even the painful chapters hold hidden beauty once they are viewed through heaven's timeline. You have been asking, when, Lord? And heaven keeps answering, when it's perfect. For God never arrives late. He arrives precise. Divine timing is not a clock ticking toward destiny. It is a heartbeat pulsing with purpose. When the rhythm of heaven and the rhythm of your heart finally align, what once seemed stuck will suddenly move with supernatural ease. Until then, God slows what must mature and accelerates what must align. Think of Joseph again, the dreamer turned, prisoner turned ruler. He had visions of leadership long before Pharaoh's palace, but if the dream had manifested too soon, pride would have destroyed the purpose. God allowed years of silence so that humility could replace haste. When the timing was right, one night of favor accomplished what years of striving could not. That is the power of divine timing. It redeems years in a single moment. You may not realize it, but divine timing has already been operating in your life. The moments when things didn't work out were as holy as the moments when they did. The relationships that ended, the opportunities that slipped away, even the prayers that seemed unanswered. All were part of synchronization. God withheld not to harm you, but to honor his plan for you. The truth is, what comes too early can collapse. What comes too late can frustrate. But what comes in God's time cannot fail. It carries the fragrance of favor and the strength of sustainability. Heaven is not simply preparing blessings for you. It's preparing you for the blessings. The delay was ensuring that the promise would fit without fracture. Chosen one, you are living proof that waiting does not mean wasting. The patience you have developed, the resilience that now lives in your spirit, the discernment that whispers caution where you once rushed, all of these are fruits of divine timing. You are not the same person who first prayed that prayer. You have grown into the version of yourself who can now handle what you once only hoped for. Every season has a sound. The winter of silence carries the hum of preparation. The spring of renewal brings soft movement. The summer of manifestation bursts with clarity. And autumn, the time of fulfillment, holds both reward and responsibility. You are standing between seasons now, hearing the echoes of one fading and the whispers of another rising. Heaven's timing is shifting. You can sense it, even if you cannot explain it. You may not see the clock of heaven, but your spirit feels its pulse. Each closed door, each detour, each divine pause was heaven's hand adjusting the tempo. You were never behind. You were simply being calibrated to divine rhythm. In divine timing, acceleration often follows stillness. You will wait long, and then suddenly everything moves. What once seemed frozen will flow. What once felt delayed will deliver. What once appeared dead will breathe again. That suddenly moment is not random. It is the culmination of unseen preparation. So, trust the rhythm. Chosen one, your waiting was never in vain. Every tick of heaven's clock was filled with purpose. The time appointed for your unveiling is approaching, and when it arrives, you will not scramble or strain. You will simply step because you will realize that the delay trained your feet for the weight of destiny. When the divine hour strikes, everything will align: the right people, the right place, the right opportunity. What used to resist will now recognize you. You will not chase what belongs to you. It will find you because it was timed for you. The wait will make sense. The silence will speak. And you will see that divine timing is not about delay, but about design, the signature of a God who makes all things beautiful. When the hour of heaven finally strikes, chosen one, there comes a moment when everything that has been hidden begins to shift toward revelation. What was once obscured in silence, what was cultivated in secret, starts to surface. The long season of invisibility begins to make sense, not because it suddenly ends, but because you understand why it existed. You were never forgotten. You were being prepared for unveiling. For years, heaven has been shaping you in quiet corners, away from eyes that could not yet comprehend your purpose. While others showcased, you were being sculpted. While others ran ahead, you were being refined. You have wondered why no one saw you, why your efforts seemed unseen, why your light felt dimmed. But light hidden is not light lost, it is light protected. As was spoken in the sacred texts of old, Luke chapter 8, verse 17 declares, "For there is nothing hidden that will not be disclosed, and nothing concealed that will not be known or brought out into the open." This is not just about exposure, it's about divine unveiling. God hides his greatest treasures until the appointed moment. You are one of them. The concealment was for your cultivation. The silence was to strengthen your sound. You have been in heaven's cocoon. And though it felt confining, it was the only environment safe enough to transform you. Like a butterfly still encased within the chrysalis, you could feel the pressure of becoming. You pushed. You wrestled. You felt trapped, but every struggle was stretching the wings you would one day use to soar. If God had opened the cocoon too early, your wings would have been too weak for flight. The hiddenness preserved you for the height. This unveiling will not be the shallow kind that craves attention. It will be the sacred kind that carries authority. When God reveals what He has refined, the world recognizes the fragrance of authenticity. The oil produced in private carries a weight that imitation can never replicate. You may have thought your name was forgotten, but heaven has been preparing the announcement, the same way David was anointed in secret before being crowned in public. Your anointing has been ripening in obscurity. When the time comes, you will not need to demand visibility. It will come naturally, drawn by divine magnetism. And when it happens, it will not feel like a spotlight, but like sunrise, gentle, inevitable, unstoppable. The same people who overlooked you will see the transformation and understand that it was never luck, it was lordship. You will not need to prove yourself. The evidence will speak. Hidden seasons are sacred because they strip away the desire for recognition. They teach you to crave presence more than praise. They remind you that visibility without preparation is vulnerability. You have been protected from premature exposure because God values purpose over performance. When the unveiling begins, do not rush it. Let the light rise gradually. Every level of elevation brings new tests, new winds that try to shake what was not rooted. But you are rooted now, grounded by patience, anchored by trust. You can handle what once would have harmed you. This shift from hidden to heralded is not about fame, it is about function. Your story becomes a signal to others, proof that God still remembers those who wait well. The testimony of your endurance will awaken faith in those still hidden. You will become the voice that says, "Stay faithful, your season is coming." Oh, the unveiling will come with clarity. You will see why certain paths closed, why people left, why silence lasted. What once seemed cruel will be revealed as kind. You will recognize that heaven was not withholding, it was orchestrating. Every delay was a setup for this divine emergence. Chosen one, do not fear the shift that is approaching. The same God who hid you will now highlight you, not for vanity, but for victory. Your unveiling will not draw eyes to you, but to Him. Those who encounter your light will sense the fragrance of divine timing. Soon, the curtain will lift, and what was once whispered in private will echo in public. The world will see what heaven has always known, that the one who endured the hidden years has been carrying glory all along. And when it happens, move with humility. Do not forget the wilderness that built your wisdom. Remember the silence that taught you to listen. Let the light you carry heal, not hurt, guide, not glare. Because the true measure of revelation is not visibility, but impact, the quiet transformation it sparks in others. You have waited, you have wept, you have wondered, and now the unveiling draws near. The hiddenness is ending, the hush is breaking, and as you step into the light of purpose, heaven will whisper, "Now the world can see what I've been shaping all along." End. Chosen one, you have come a long way through fire and silence. Through loss and waiting, you've been stretched, refined, hidden, and humbled, and through it all, you've remained standing. What was meant to crush you has instead crowned you with endurance. This endurance is not just the ability to wait, it is the grace to remain faithful while waiting. It is the mantle of endurance, the invisible armor heaven places on those who refuse to break when breaking was easier. You have walked through valleys where hope felt faint, through nights when faith was a whisper rather than a song. Yet here you stand, bruised but breathing, trembling but trusting. Each scar now glows with holy purpose, proof that storms could not drown what was anchored in divine promise. The Apostle wrote in the book of James, chapter 1, verse 12, "Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, for the Lord will give the crown of life to those who love him." Every trial you faced was building that crown. Every season that stretched you was shaping your strength. Endurance is the evidence that your faith is real. It's easy to praise when everything blooms, but endurance praises even when petals fall. It is the steady flame that burns when the wind of testing howls. Think of a lighthouse battered by storms, waves crash, winds roar, and yet its light remains. That's you. You have stood through nights of doubt, through storms of silence, through winds of delay, and still, your light did not go out. That steady glow has been guiding others without you even realizing it. People you may never meet have found courage simply by watching you refuse to quit. Endurance transforms pain into purpose. It teaches you that faith is not about avoiding difficulty, but outlasting it. Like a mountain rooted deep beneath the soil, you've learned to stand, not because the storm is small, but because your foundation is unshakable. And this foundation, this endurance, is now your mantle. The mantle of endurance is not loud, it's not glamorous. It's quiet strength, sacred resilience, the kind that smiles through tears and says, "Even here, I will trust him." This mantle carries authority because it has been tested in fire. You cannot fake endurance. It's carved into your soul through pressure, patience, and persistence. Beloved, you've worn this mantle longer than you realize. Every time you got up after disappointment, you wore it. Every time you prayed when heaven was silent, you strengthened it. Every time you chose forgiveness instead of bitterness, it glowed brighter. You have been walking clothed in unseen victory. Now, as this season shifts, heaven wants to remind you, this endurance is not just for survival, it's for service. You are not being crowned for endurance alone, but to become an example of it. Others will look to you and learn how to stand. You will speak peace into panic, calm into chaos, hope into despair, not because you memorized a sermon, but because you lived one. Endurance gives your words weight. When you tell someone, "You'll make it," it carries power because you did. When you encourage others to trust, your voice trembles with authority born from experience. This is why God allowed certain battles to last so long, not to break you, but to teach you what victory really feels like. Your patience has become prophecy. The fact that you're still here, still believing, still soft-hearted after everything that is divine testimony. Heaven has written your story, not in ink, but in endurance, and soon, your reward will reflect the weight of your perseverance. If this word resonates in your spirit, let it be more than comfort. Let it be a call to action. Share this message like a ripple in still water. let it find the hearts of those who are barely holding on. Sometimes your share is the seed of someone else's endurance. Like this message, not out of habit, but as your silent Amen, a small act that says, "Yes, I receive this mantle." Subscribe so that each word heaven releases finds you in due time, like rain arriving exactly when the soil is dry. And after you've read, take a breath, open your heart, and write one line in the comments. Whatever truth from this message clings to your spirit. It may be simple, but it matters. Your comment could be the very echo someone else needs to hear while they're still in their storm. You are not only surviving the weight, you are mastering it. You are proof that endurance is not weakness, but worship. Not resignation, but revelation. And when this chapter closes, heaven will point to you and say, "This one endured well. Lekker. Chosen one." The journey has been long, the refining fierce, and the lessons deep. Yet now you begin to sense that the weight of waiting is giving way to the wonder of reward. Heaven wastes nothing, not the nights you cried in silence, not the days you carried invisible burdens, not the prayers you repeated until your voice trembled. Every tear has become a seed, and every seed is about to break open with divine harvest. The Apostle reminds us in the book of Galatians, chapter 6, verse 9, "Let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest, if we do not give up." This verse is not just encouragement, it is confirmation. There is always a proper time, a moment when the soil finally gives way to the seed, when hidden faith turns into visible fruit. You have labored in unseen fields for so long, wondering if your obedience mattered. It did. It always did. Every small act of faithfulness was recorded, every act of kindness noted, every hidden sacrifice seen by the eyes of heaven. The world may not have applauded, but heaven did. God has been quietly storing your obedience like treasure. And now, the time of release draws near. This is the law of divine reward. What you sow in tears, you will reap in joy. What you surrendered in faith, you will see, returned, multiplied. But the reward of heaven is rarely just material. It is transformation. It is peace where there was panic, strength where there was weakness, clarity where there was confusion. You will find yourself walking lighter, breathing deeper, smiling without needing a reason, because divine reward begins within before it manifests without. Your harvest is not only in what you will receive, but in who you have become. The version of you that endured the wilderness is not the same one stepping into abundance. You have learned patience, humility, compassion, and discernment, treasures more valuable than gold. The harvest begins when your heart recognizes that growth itself is the greatest gift. Yet, heaven is also faithful to fulfill tangible promises. The dreams you buried are not dead. They are about to bloom. The opportunities that slipped away will return in greater form. The relationships that ended painfully will make sense in light of divine redirection. Every no will reveal itself as a hidden not yet. Oh, you may find doors opening where you stopped knocking, favor appearing where you once faced rejection, and peace flowing where there used to be fear. That is how divine reward arrives quietly at first, like morning light spilling through curtains, until the whole room of your life is illuminated. Chosen one. This is not random restoration, it is righteous recompense. You are stepping into the proper time that Paul wrote about. The timing is not just favorable, it is flawless. Heaven has been aligning hearts, shifting situations, and preparing places where your presence will carry purpose. And when the rewards begin to unfold, remember this: they are not payment for perfection, but acknowledgement of perseverance. God is not rewarding flawless performance. He is honoring faithful endurance. The moments when you chose to love, when you could have withdrawn, to forgive, when bitterness was easier, to stay, when fleeing was tempting, those were your offerings. You have learned that true reward is not comfort but calling. The peace that now settles over you is not fragile, it is fortified. The strength within you is not pride, it is the residue of God's power. You are stepping into a chapter where grace and gratitude will walk hand in hand, and your story will echo with the quiet joy of completion. Still, do not mistake this reward as an ending. It is a transition from survival to stewardship. What you receive now is not only for you, it is entrusted to you. You will carry it carefully, knowing the price of patience and the value of waiting. You will pour into others what cost you so much to learn. Heaven's reward is never meant to make you comfortable. It is meant to make you capable. And now, you are capable not only of dreaming, but of sustaining. Not only of believing, but of building. You have become the living testimony that delay was never denial, that pain was never pointless, that God's timing was always trustworthy. So, rest in this truth. Chosen one, your harvest has begun. The field that once looked barren will soon bloom in beauty. The reward is not coming, it is here, unfolding softly, steadily, inevitably. You are walking into a season where what you planted in faith will finally speak for itself. Chosen one, this is the moment where the story turns full circle. The long nights, the unanswered questions, the weary prayers, they were not the end, but the groundwork for glory. You stand now on the other side of delay. And for the first time, you can see what heaven was doing all along. The pieces that once seemed scattered begin to form a pattern so divine that it humbles you. What once felt like punishment now glows with purpose. This is the mystery of God's strategy. He delays not to deny, but to develop. He hides not to harm, but to heal. You were not left behind. You were lifted higher than your understanding could reach. The delay was the stage where your spirit learned the art of stillness, and stillness is the birthplace of strength. The Apostle Peter wrote in his first letter, chapter 5, verse 10, "And the God of all grace, who called you to his eternal glory in Christ, after you have suffered a little while, will himself restore you and make you strong, firm, and steadfast." That is where you are now, in the after. The suffering was temporary, but the strength it produced is eternal. God did not leave you empty. He filled you with resilience, wisdom, and peace. The very things you thought you lost have been returned in a different form, deeper, stronger, purified. You are not merely surviving anymore, you are reigning. The patience that once felt heavy has turned into authority. The tears that once felt endless have become oil for anointing. You are living proof that delay does not destroy destiny, it refines it. Look back at the journey. Every chapter had its reason. The silence taught you discernment. The wilderness gave you endurance. The closed doors built your trust. The unseen seasons shaped your humility. And now, the unveiling displays your maturity. Heaven's design has never been random. It has been deliberate and precise. Each moment stitched into eternity's tapestry. You once begged for answers, but now you find peace without them. That is growth. You have moved from demanding understanding to walking in quiet confidence. You no longer need to see the full picture, because you know the painter. What used to trouble you now trains you. What used to break you now blesses you. Chosen one. You are crowned, not with gold, but with grace. The crown you wear is invisible yet undeniable, the mark of one who has walked through fire without losing their faith. The delay has given birth to depth. You are not who you were when this began. You are who heaven always intended you to become. This is your coronation moment, not one of noise or spectacle, but of recognition. The heavens have already declared your name among the faithful. You have been entrusted with endurance, and endurance has elevated you. Every struggle became a stepping stone towards sovereignty in spirit. The world may never understand how much was required for you to reach this point. They may see your strength but not your scars, your peace but not your process. But heaven knows. Every tear was counted, every breath of faith recorded. The divine archives of eternity hold the full story of your obedience. You walk now not as one waiting for favor, but as one carrying it. Favor is no longer something you chase. It is the fragrance that follows you. The same places where you once wept will soon witness your joy. The same silence that once frightened you will now feel sacred. And when you speak, your words will carry weight, for they are forged in the fire of waiting. You will comfort the weary because you know the wilderness. You will strengthen the faint-hearted because you have survived fainting. You will lead not by perfection, but by authenticity, showing that even the chosen bleed, but they also rise. This is the final revelation of your delay. It was never about what you were waiting for, it was about who you were becoming. God wasn't making you wait for the promise. He was making the promise wait for you until you were ready to receive it without losing yourself in it. Now you stand, restored, strong, firm, and steadfast. You carry the wisdom of patience, the authority of endurance, and the peace of divine timing. Heaven looks upon you and whispers, "Well done." The delay has fulfilled its purpose. You have emerged, not as a victim of time, but as a victor over it. You are the proof that divine pauses do not paralyze destiny, they prepare it. The world will look at your story and see not just a survivor, but a sign, a living message that delay is not denial, but divine strategy. And as the final page of this chapter turns, heaven smiles, because the one who once cried in confusion now walks crowned in clarity. Chosen one. You have reached the end of this message, but not the end of your becoming. What began as confusion has become clarity. What once felt like punishment has been revealed as preparation. You now know that every delay was a divine design. Every silence, a sacred rehearsal for the sound of breakthrough. Heaven has not only answered your prayers, it has refined the one who prayed them. The journey has shaped you into something rare, a soul both tender and unshakable. You have learned that the absence of movement is not the absence of meaning, and that sometimes the greatest miracles are the ones that happen within. You are no longer simply waiting for destiny, you are walking in it. And as you stand here, crowned by endurance and wrapped in peace, remember that your story carries light. Someone, somewhere, is still in their delay, wondering if God has forgotten them, and you are now the proof that He never does. Let what you've received not end with you. Share it. Let your endurance become their encouragement, your testimony, their turning point. If these words have found a home in your heart, share them like bread, broken in love. Let it travel to every weary soul still searching for hope, like this message as a way of saying, yes, I have seen his faithfulness. Each click becomes a whisper of gratitude that heaven hears. Subscribe, not for numbers, but to stay connected to every new word. Heaven releases reminders, revelations, and confirmations to keep your spirit steady in the days ahead. And in the comments, write what stirred your spirit most. It could be a single sentence, a fragment of truth, or a prayer. Your words might be the exact answer someone else has been asking for. What you express becomes a ripple of healing that reaches far beyond this screen. You have walked the long road of patience and now stand beneath the dawn of purpose. Carry this light with humility. Let your peace preach louder than your pain. Let your gratitude echo beyond the waiting. The story of the chosen one continues not in uncertainty, but in unstoppable glory.